All right, hello, welcome to another daily chess video. I have a new setup, as you can see. Hopefully this is much better than it was before. But yeah, we're just getting into some daily games here, and I'll just share my thoughts as I go along. So here I'm up a piece, but my opponent's playing pretty aggressively. I have to give them credit for playing quite well, being down a piece, but of course I should still be able to convert this no problem. I think I want to play bishop to e1 with the idea of playing bishop to c3 because simplification would be good for me here, of course. I can't really take on c5 right now. There's way too many problems. Rook to c4. Yeah, it's way too dangerous to do that. I'd rather just try to simplify, and if we trade dark squared bishops here, that's clearly going to be quite good for me. I don't think he really has many threats. Bishop b1, bishop d4 check. I go king to g2. All looks pretty good. Just get that bishop over to c3. So bishop to e1. Okay, so we have a interesting French defense here. Clearly, very exciting game with castling on opposite sides. He just plays knight to e2 in preparation for b4. Of course, now when I play b4, he replies a4, keeping his queenside closed. So I don't really want to do that. Instead, I think I need to improve the position of my knight on d7. Pretty natural to go into b6 right now, threatening to maybe go into c4. And also that actually prepares b4 as well, because then if he pushes, I take on a4. But yeah, it seems like the natural move here, knight to b6. I think I'm just going to go with that. Okay, we have interesting Fianchetto Benoni here. This one, of course, I don't want to let him play b5. I was waiting for him to play a6. Totally expecting that. I was expecting it sooner, actually. Now I'm just going to go a4 to prevent b5. I want to stop his pawn majority from getting going there. And, I'm going to play like e4 and stuff pretty soon. And I like this position. This is still very much in the opening, kind of still theory. Yeah, so this is an interesting one. Clearly, it looks very good for me since his king is on f8 with no protection. But yeah, he has some ideas like bishop takes f2 followed by queen to d4 check, trading off the queens. I would not want that in this position where his king is so exposed. Definitely want to try to keep the queens on the board if possible. At first I was considering like queen to c2, but really I think the most important thing is to just cut off his queen's protection from the bishop. And not to mention my bishop on g6 is hanging right now, and it looks like it's aggressively posting, attacking the king, but in reality, I don't really have a direct attack on the king at the moment. So a really nice move here, I think, is bishop to e4, cutting off the queen's protection of the bishop. So yeah, now I actually am threatening to take on d4. If he takes on f2, I take back. And I have ideas like playing maybe bishop to d5. Not to mention, how does he really finish developing here, right? Threatening so much with my rook on b1. Yeah, maybe he plays like bishop to b6 or something, but that leaves me in very good shape. So I actually thought about this a little bit earlier and decided on bishop to e4. And yeah, I think it's the best move. Let's go. All right. It's a fun game against Molina. I think I should play knight to f4 here. Or knight to f4, yeah. Getting a tempo on the pawn. Of course, if he goes e6, I play g4. Naturally, he's going to go knight to b4 after I go knight to f4. And then I think I'm just going to play g4 anyways. And I'm going to invite his bishop into c2. And from there, I'm actually pretty happy to play queen to f3. And g4 gives my queen a little bit more room to maneuver. I'll show you here. Yeah, I want to go knight to f4. He's going to go knight to b4. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm going to play g4. And yeah, at this point, he does have the option of retreating his bishop, but that would be extremely passive. I really don't think he's going to play bishop to e6. That's a very lame bishop on e6. Don't see him doing that. But yeah, bishop to c2 is most likely going to happen. Then I have queen to f3. And I think this is pretty good for me. Am I threatening to just take on d5 right now? Eventually I might play bishop to d2, rook f to c1. Then I can play knight to b5, threatening bishop takes b4, rook takes c2. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. So that's the plan. Knight f4. Yeah, so this game's going pretty well. Up in exchange, no problems in my position. Here I'm just going to stick with the plan. I'm trying to simplify. His knight is pinned to the queen at the moment. Yeah, knight to c3 was what I was thinking. Knight to c7 also is a possibility, maybe. But I don't think there's any need, really. I don't think there's any reason why that's better than knight to c3. Yeah, knight to c3. I don't need to worry about him taking. Of course, I can't just take the queen right away because he takes my queen with check. But I really think I can capture either way. Not capture with the pawn. He's going to go here. And of course, this is fine for me. I think maybe I can just play c4. Or even if for some reason I don't want to do that, just taking with the rook is just fine as well. And yeah, I have nothing to worry about there. But yeah, just simplifying, really. My knight was previously on d4 where it was poorly placed, and now I'm just going to be trading down since I'm up in exchange, which is going to be good for me. So yeah, just sticking with the plan here. Let's go knight to c3. All right, another fun game here. Yeah, this is a really, really interesting one, actually. I'm excited to go over this position and the move that I have planned here. So, clearly here I would like to play bishop to g5, but the problem I have is he's threatening knight to b6. So if I do that right now, it's not going to work. I'll show you what I mean. Bishop to g5, knight to b6. He'll be using his a knight. He wants this other knight on c4. Now he's threatening the rook. Move the rook, then we have knight takes d7 with the tempo on my rooks. And of course here the problem is my queen is overloaded. Take the knight, he's just going to take the bishop. That's not going to work out. So the problem comes down to the fact that my bishop is on d7, protected by my queen. So this move looks absurd, and maybe it's not even good, but to me it makes a lot of sense. I'm just going to go bishop to c8. I'm undeveloping my bishop, something you should almost never do, but here I really do think it's the best move. And I can get away with moves like this because the position is so closed. In these kind of closed positions, it takes a lot more time to really attack or do anything. So, I could just bring my bishop back, and he actually can't really stop me from playing bishop to g5 on the next move. Now, of course, my bishop is defended by my rook, which is the whole point. And yeah, this all kind of looks like sloppy and not ideal, but I do have plans of playing f5 in the future, possibly followed by f4. And the long-term plan is to expand on the king side and attack the king side. But here I think I should prioritize getting rid of my bad bishop. So yeah, this just simply prepares bishop to g5. I'm getting rid of my bad bishop here. It's also very convenient that my d6 pawn is so well defended by my knights. I didn't really even plan it that way exactly, but it works out quite well here. And yeah, he's going to be playing on the queen side. Usually in these types of positions, that's what happens. You can kind of look at the direction that his pawn chain is pointing in, going with Nimzovich's principles. I anticipate him playing moves like rook to b1 and b4, and he's going to have an advantage on the queen side. He's going to have superior play, but I like to attack the king, so I think I'm probably going to be pretty happy playing f5 in the future. There's a good chance I'm going to prepare that by playing g6 first. I think that's the right thing to do, because then when he takes on f5, I can take back with the pawn, and then I have a really nice pawn center, play king h8, rook to g8, get my rook on the g file, and that would be good. But yeah, I think that's basically the idea here. I don't think there's a better move in this position. I could be wrong, but my instinct is telling me bishop c8 is correct. So let's do it. Okay, yeah, another interesting one here from a Czech Benoni. It's fun because both our positions seem good in a way. It's hard to explain. I have a really strong knight on e5. That's a square that I own. I don't have my dark squared bishop anymore. Successfully traded that off. But yeah, he actually is threatening to play pawn to h5, followed by pawn to h6. That's the idea here. At first, for some reason, I was thinking I would play knight to f8, so that when he plays h5, I play h6. But there is actually a problem with that. I'll show you. If I go knight to f8, he's going to play bishop to h5. And I run into this issue where I kind of need to just play g6, which is not good. If I go rook to e7, he takes on f6. So that would be terrible. But when I play g6, now he can retreat his bishop, I guess. And he's provoked this right here, which is a serious issue. If he's going to be playing pawn to h5, he now has something to kind of pry at there on g6. I also can't really stop him from playing h6, really, if he wanted to do that. And I don't want to let him get a pawn on h6. If anyone was wondering why I can't just go back here to have, maybe try to go for repetition, well, the problem is just takes. Well, actually, maybe I could take back the pawn. That seems kind of absurd, though. Maybe, though. Maybe. But anyways, yeah, if I take with the knight, he plays here. I go back, and he goes here now. And this is what I want to avoid. I don't want to allow that. So I think the logical thing to do here is to play knight to f7. And I'm switching out knights. Clearly I still own this square on e5, and I'm just going to put my other knight on e5. That works out quite well with this, threat of playing h5. I'm already ready to move this knight in. And now the good thing about knight to f7 is that I'm guarding the h6 square, right? So if he plays pawn to h6, I just take with the knight. This is super solid. Maybe I have to worry about at some point that being a weakness, but I don't really see a way for him to exploit that at the moment or in the near future. So this looks like the plan. Knight to f7. Originally I played f6 because I thought I would be defending g7 via the 7th rank. Moves like b6, rook a7, queen e7, and such. But yeah, it turns out this is actually a really nice square for me to just put my knight. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So let's go, knight to f7. Yeah, tough one here, down a pawn. Probably just losing. But one way I'm going to lose for sure is just by trading everything right here, right now. Yeah, if I just do something like this, like takes, say he just takes with the rook, I think this is a pretty easy technical win for him. And I want to make it as hard as possible for him. I would like to maybe be a little bit closer to getting my king active, or at least having a knight on d6. So in hopes to maybe avoid so many exchanges, or at least get a slightly superior position to the one we just looked at, I think I should play knight to c5. Maybe we're just going to end up with more pieces on the board. Like if he drops the bishop back or something, that's good. But it's probably still losing for me. But yeah, if he goes here or something, this is a slight improvement, I think, because my knight has easier access to d6 which is the blockading square. And yeah, I just want to get my king active here. As you can see, I already calculated quite a bit here. And I think it's my best chance, but with proper play, I think I'm probably losing. But yeah, got to create the best chances for myself. Knight to c5 is my move. Yeah, really interesting one here. Not really sure how either side is going to make progress. I did offer this player a draw a couple moves ago. They declined. Probably right to decline, to be honest. Maybe he has ideas like playing king to e7, rook to h6, rook 6, h1, connecting rooks on my back rank. Or maybe he's preparing a well-timed, well, I call it an exchange sacrifice. He's just giving back the exchange, perhaps with like rook to c1, rook takes c3, takes, and then king takes e5. Maybe. But yeah, very interesting. I don't think I really have any active plan myself, unfortunately. Yeah, not sure. I'll play bishop to d4. Free up my rook a little bit, maybe. Try to get my king more active. Really not sure. Just thinking about it here. I think I'm going to need some more time on this one. So I'll continue it tomorrow. But hope you all enjoyed. See you next time.